And so the villains reached the tower's pinnacle. I do not trust their motives, call me cynical. Their offer, it was scorned, now the fragile piece is torn, and so they mourned. Their deaths would not be mourned. A giant host arrived there too. He ascended with a purpose, he knew just what he must do. He would stop their foul trespass, he would beat the enemy back. With one spell he'd change the tide, protect his griffins from attack. Go on now, go! Go on now, go! Just fly away! Just fly away! Ne'er darken my doorstep, for you live to rule the day. You came with promises of friendship and ally. You think I'm foolish? Zaphiros knows I. A sorcerer, giant in power and stature, stops the combat dead. Amar compelled to leave, but falls in agony instead. The leader of these thugs for hire faces a fate worse than death in dice and desire.
Realising that they shouldn't and can't leave, whatever, but they've been told to, and they failed their throw, mechanically not in the game, and they implore their vulture to leave, and Zaphiros will see the 5 of them flying out the tower.
Wow.
However, the main guy, Amarath, he also fails. But what Zaphiros will see from him is that he looks dead at Zaphiros with a face of like confusion and anger, and it's like he's trying to resist Zaphiros' words, but he can't. He's been implored, and he just goes to turn his vulture away, and in that moment, his body starts to convulse, and his hands reach up to his head, and he falls from his vulture, and the vulture flies off without him.
Oh.
And he is now on the ground. So that is so that's Zaphiros' turn. And he basically we can all come out of initiative, to be fair.
So this thing that's next to me.
Oh yes, of course, yeah. And although you don't see it, that thing next to you disappears.
Crow says, feels like that was a busy 6 seconds.
And so what do you want to do?
Confusion.
I would like to search the body of the lady I beheaded.
Can you roll me an investigation then, please?
14.
You look across. What was her name? Was it Envon? You look over her body, and you don't really find anything of interest on her. Actually, there's a few copper pieces, like 6 copper pieces. The one thing you do notice is that she has a tattoo on her.
Of what?
It's a creature. Can you roll me a nature check?
15.
15. To you, despite the fact that you've possibly and probably never seen it, but you've heard tales of these things, it looks very much like a kraken.
Oh, see, I was hoping it was going to be a fan art of Dweezil.
A fan art of Dweezil.
I make a note of that. I don't write it down, I just make a mental note of that.
You just get the blood on the cloud and just write K-ra, and then you forget how to spell the rest of the word. Okie dokie. Anyone else want to do anything else?
Quinch flies up to the top floor.
Finally.
He's done fuck all. It's taken him 2 sessions to get to the top of this tower.
He lands and he says, "Well, what did I miss?" And you can see that the griffins are in pain, and he goes over to tend one. Starts stroking one of them.
Oh, lovely. It's the griffin is as you can imagine, given that it's been attacked, is naturally a little bit cautious and perturbed, and it does lash out at you actually. And it's going to. Which ones are you doing? The closest one, presumably.
Yeah, I'll go for the closest one, which is sort of on the.
That was that was Doc.
It lashes out at you, but fortunately, it doesn't make too much of an attempt. It's somewhat injured and somewhat. I think it probably slightly recognises you. 'Cause I don't know if you've been up this high, have you? It was only Krill that came up here.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that Zephyrus has not ushered you away or anything, I think it probably understands that you're probably more friend than foe. And it sort of warmly goes to attack you, but it doesn't really hit you or do any damage whatsoever.
Warmly.
Can I have an animal handling check from you, though, MJ?
Oh, that's a nice roll. 16.
16. The other griffins, while you're doing this, do sort of understand what you're trying to do, and that you're trying to be nice and tender with this creature. And
let's not go too far.
And you now, I wouldn't say they're bonded to you, but they at least recognise you as friend now.
Oh, lovely.
So what else, anything else you want to do, Greg? Quinch, anything up there while you're up there?
Well, I'm obviously going to go in the room just so I'm not hanging out on my freaking broom outside like a weirdo, staring in through windows. So I'm just going to land at the side and see what Zephyrus is going to say to the prick who's now not on his bird anymore. Who I've forgotten his name, sorry.
Amaranth.
So Zephyrus looks to both of you and says, "Are either of you doctors? Do either of you know healing or anything?"
No, does anyone in our party know healing?
Are his wounds mortal?
I am not knowing. I am asking this man to leave, and you would not have seen this, but he threw his hands to his head, and it was as if he could not leave. And then the next moment, he stumbled from his bird, and he has fallen. It is quite peculiar. It does not look good. He's quite small. I would probably prefer that one of you investigate him.
Could Greg check the body over, see if there's... well, I take it he's unconscious, right? He's down. He's not certainly not standing and not awake. So if you could roll me a medicine check. Well, I don't want to like help him in that kind of way. I want to check his body for stuff.
Well, I was gonna get you to do a medicine check just to see what his state was first.
Okay, here we go then. Medicine check. It is being rolled. I don't know why I did that actually in the program rather than just manually rolling it, but it's a 21.
21. Yeah, good roll. And you can 100% clarify without any medical training whatsoever. This man is dead.
Oh.
Well and truly dead. Not only that, now that you're up close to him, you actually notice, not a lot, but sort of leaking from his mouth, a clear substance, but not saliva. If you had to guess, and you're not going to taste it or anything,
don't say that.
It would appear to be like seawater.
Oh.
Did the guy drown?
What exactly did you do to this chap, Zephyrus? He's not with the living anymore. Let's put it kindly.
This is quite disturbing. I'm I am seeing that he is hurting my griffins, and I am asking him to leave. I am a pacifist, and I do not believe in fighting. And had I known that this was be what happened to him, I would not have cast my spell.
Yes, well, if you didn't do it, then something else must have occurred. Do you have any... Well, I was going to say you don't have any medical experience to tell us what happened.
No, as I am saying, I'm casting my spell, my suggestion spell, and 1 minute he looks like he is maybe going to leave, and the next he is falling from his bird and he's dead.
Let me tell you, I won't be able to tell you anything bloody more because I rolled a 19 and I still can't tell you.
Quinch walks over and sees the substance from his mouth. As long as that's okay with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the substance from his mouth. Yes, are you going to put your finger in his?
And Quinch looks blankly at it before obviously putting his fingers in it and tasting it.
Greg slapped his finger away from his mouth before he can do it.
I must investigate.
Yes, but if it's poisoned, big chap, then you'll end up like this fella here.
Let him fucking do it.
Yeah, and if it isn't poison, just shove him down the hole.
We can't lose both of our barbarians in one episode.
I was just going to use my pinky finger. Do you think that would be okay?
Oh, the pinky! Oh, yes, of course, that's fine then. Just don't use the thumb.
Wouldn't it be a bluey for you?
Yeah, I suppose it would.
A little bluey.
While this is going on, Krill's just sort of tidying up outside, and he's just throwing the vultures off the side of the cliff of the cloud.
he's tidying up the cloud, but not so much the villagers below that are suddenly going to get carcasses thrust through their...
I said what
Right.
I said.
Nightstone.
Right, new side quest: villagers who have birds falling through roofs hunt down sky cloud. So are you tasting it?
Yeah, I'll taste it. Just a tiny little dab.
Okie dokie. Can I have a survival check from you then, please?
No, that's all right. Oh, 8.
8. Yeah, although you can't 100% clarify this, it's... Don't ask me how you know this. It's not saliva.
It's not saliva.
It is water and it is salty.
It is salt water, and I know a thing or two about salt water.
Weird noise at the end of that one.
Can I check the body now? Like, give it a once
Yes.
over and see if he's got anything in it.
Okie dokie. Investigate for me, please.
That is a 15 plus investigation 2, 17.
Okay. You find 2 copper pieces on this gentleman. You also find a tattoo. Can I have a nature check, please?
Bet it's a kraken.
Nature check is an 11 overall.
It's just a large creature. You don't know the origin of what it is. You just see a large creature tattooed on his... the tattoo's on his forearm. Like the inside of his forearm.
Okay. Can I take the copper pieces and put them on his eyes? Like, you know how they pay the ferryman?
Yep.
I want to do that, and then I'm going to put the body on the broom, and then I'm going to take it downstairs to where the other guys are.
It's weird that the penny finger's a tradition you're only just starting now, considering the amount of people we've killed.
No, it's because he has it in his pocket, so
Yes,
I'm honouring in his possible beliefs or traditions.
Coinage.
So what's going to happen here is then, what are you doing, Quinch? Are you going to stay up?
I'll fly down with him.
Fly down. Okay, so you all fly down, and Greg didn't clearly think this through, putting a corpse on the back of a broom, and the two copper pieces fall from his eyes.
Krill says, "Ow!" as a copper piece hits him in the head.
Raining pennies from heaven. Right. So, so you're all now down on the ground floor.
Wouldn't a copper piece dropping from that height if it did hit Krill? Doesn't it pick up quite a lot of velocity?
Terminal velocity of a coin is pretty low, to be fair.
It should
I've seen
definitely cause at
Mythbusters.
least a D10 damage.
Yeah, it would. However, the people inside are dab of Vin and Dweezil.
Yeah, we're directly
Who's
underneath the hole.
outside.
Yeah.
So,
fuck
yes.
you, Stuart. Sorry.
I did say I'd kill Dweezil second. Right, so you're all now down back on the ground floor, and Zaphiros turns to you and says, "My friends, I am sorry for getting you in this trouble. I just wanted them to leave, and had I known that this is how things would have ended, I would have perhaps acted differently. I did not want anybody to die today, let alone these gentlemen and ladies. Is everyone okay? Is everyone unhurt?
I'm pretty hurt.
I'm very sorry for this. I wish that I had some sort of healing ability, but I do not. Hopefully your friends may have something, or
That's fine.
perhaps you could.
Do you have any
Perhaps a long sleep would help.
any magical items that may make me feel better? Not physically, emotionally.
It is interesting that you are saying this as a hero, that you are trying to get the free things from me. I do have this, and he sort of reaches into his large pocket that he has on his robes, and he pulls out the pouch that was given to him by the gang that came here, and he sort of not nonchalantly, not in a rude way by any means, but he sort of throws you the pouch, and you catch it.
Is this the components that he had?
Components.
Yeah, I swear you said they gave him some kind of components.
They gave him so they
spells.
basically turned up and said that in exchange for him helping them, he would give as a sign of good faith. They gave Zaphiros like a pouch of something. You don't know what. You didn't actually go through anything at that point. You just sort of took it.
I open it excitedly like a child on Christmas.
You find inside just like powder or dust or something inside.
I sniff it.
It's pure cocaine.
You sniff it. Okay, it smells odd.
I dip my greenie in it and then just tap it on my tongue.
It's a dead body that's actually been.
Could you roll me a D100, please?
Oh, wow. Jesus, that sounds...
Isn't it terrifying?
Yeah, proper weird.
I should also note, I did forget to mention, when Gregomel searched Amarath, he also found a bag on him, which is what he used to empty out the creature.
Ah.
Probably keep that bag, to be fair.
Krill, what did you roll?
17.
17. You gain a flying speed of 60 feet for 10 minutes.
He starts hovering upwards. He's like, what's going on? That wasn't Crow's voice. I don't know what that was. I get so lost. I've got so many games on the go at the minute. I don't know who I'm being anymore. Crow's like Crow. Wait, Crow. No, what's Crow sound like? Anyone know what Crow sounds like? I forget.
Bit like Quinch.
Yeah.
Pretty much just Quinch.
It's Krill. Okay.
That's it.
Krill's just floating 60 foot up in the air just for 10 minutes. Catch you in a
Quinch
bit.
says, What? So who are these people? What connects them? Why were they here?
Whee! As he flies past.
Why you have an intelligent thoughts? They are good questions, though, aren't they?
Gregomel, what's that bag you're holding there?
It's some kind of sack that was on our good friend Aramel here. Aramath, even, whatever his name was.
Caramel.
Caramel. I
Amaretto.
don't really know what it's for.
Have you had a look in it?
No. You don't just go around looking at anyone's belongings, do you?
Don't think he needs any more.
Good point. Let's have a look.
Weren't you searching the body up there?
Krill's heading up towards the Griffins.
For an in case of emergency phone number.
So what are you doing? Are you looking in the bag?
Yeah, we're looking in the bag.
Krill's closer to the griffins.
You look inside the bag and it's empty. It just looks like an empty bag.
It looks rather empty.
Gargamel, why don't you turn it inside out?
Well, why don't I just give it to you and you can do what the hell you want with it? Here we go.
Okay, Dweezil takes the bag and Dweezil turns the bag inside out.
You turn the bag inside out and nothing happens.
Okay, I'll turn it back the right way then.
Can I put...
Stick your hand in it.
Can I put Dweezil in there?
Poor
You
brave.
may.
He's a familiar. I can resummon him.
Yep.
It'll be the same thing. It's fine.
It'll be the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Be the same
Vin
consciousness.
Weasel Mark II.
He might be a bit peeved, to be fair.
He's fine. He's fine. I'm going to put Dweezil in there, see what happens.
Can Quinch get out the cube of many colours and give it a turn whilst all this is happening?
Yeah, of course. Can you do me a Dexy throw, please? Sleight of hand, sorry.
Sleight of hand. 7.
So, okie dokie. So you put Vin inside the bag, and what's the connection between you and Vin?
I'm going to control him directly, so I'm going to go into like a trance-like state and basically be Vin.
You do so. Is that a thing you can do? You're not just making that up,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's, I can control Vin directly and see through his eyes and do whatever, but then I lose control of my own body. So, yeah, I'm essentially am Vin. And
Someone
Davos.
fuck with him. Please, someone fuck with him while he's doing this. I've left. Somebody else has to take that responsibility to, like, draw a dick on his face.
You have to sleep
I've got
sometime.
Yeah, next to you, my little spoon.
So you do that, and you put Vin inside, or Vin climbs inside, however you do this, and it's almost as if he ceases to be.
Both of them. Oh, thank God.
So what can I see? Like what?
Nothing. The sheer void of nothing.
So do I lose communication with Vin, or
Right now, Vin is lost, and your soul is somewhat lost with it.
Oh, that's problematic. Probably.
can I go back to my own body? Can I sever the connection?
I would have thought probably not if you're sort of inside Vin.
You've got some dead weight.
Someone wanna...
Hope you weren't open to get any shopping in.
Fuck me, being called dead weight by you, Jesus.
Christ. Try turning the back inside out again.
I go over to Dabov's kind of lifeless body, shake it a little bit. Dabov. Just give him a minute, lads. Give him a minute. Dabov. I take the bag and I turn it inside out.
As you turn the bag inside out, Vin comes tumbling back out of the bag and falls onto the floor. And in this moment, Dabov suddenly has a burst of reality hit his senses again, and he's back in the room.
Yeah,
So to
I'll
speak,
transfer
albeit
myself
still inside
back
Vin.
to my body
Oh
straight
my God.
away.
Is this a bag of holding? I really hope it's a bag of holding.
So you're back in Dabov's body.
Sounds like a horse and goat storage solution to me, lads.
Try putting a goat in it. See what happens if you put the goat in it. Put Seb in it.
Yeah.
You mind? I don't.
You're
please.
not here, Krill. You're
Can't
not
hear
here.
us, mate.
Yeah, have you got Mosey on you? Or did you leave it downstairs?
Eat a dick.
Oh, you said like I could stay in there indefinitely and fuck with my body, which sounds really non-consensual. So I really don't give a shit about an inanimate bear right now.
Rosie is with me, so we're
Not
flying around.
a blacksmith or anything, no.
Listen, why has this session just been throwing digs at each other? We're supposed to be comrades.
Don't fuck with my body when I'm unconscious then. I've got all the spite of a victim right now, so fine.
Christ.
Quinch looks up from his toy.
Krill carries on. Krill enters the Griffin room.
How'd you get in there?
Gryffindor.
The hole.
Right, so you end up with the Griffins, and you see them all sort of like metaphorically licking their wounds and being sort of somewhat damaged. You see the talons that have torn into them, the rapiers, slashes and things of that ilk.
I hope that at this point they recognise me as a friend. I'm probably covered in vulture blood, so that should be a good sign to them.
Yeah, they can definitely discern that it's vulture blood.
Griffins are smart.
So they see you.
I approach the nest slowly, and I just reach down, and I'm assuming there's like a rogue feather in the nest, and I reach for it, and I just take the feather.
The griffin that you go towards, you reach into its nest, and you're now very much invading its space more than most.
Animal handling,
reaching into its nest. So yeah, I'm gonna get you to do an animal handling check, please.
17 overall.
17. It doesn't look happy particularly with what you're doing, but allows you to take the feather very gingerly and gently.
As I notice that it's pretty calm, I try and grab another one.
Brilliant.
That's fine. I'll allow you to have 2.
2 griffin feathers. Boom.
Brilliant.
Right. All the while this has been happening, Dweezil's been kind of eyeing up the bag, eyeing up Zaphiros, and trying to work out whether or not we can put the giant in the bag.
Now listen. So the bag is a normal sort of like satchel-sized bag. I don't think it can hold up to 500 pounds. I don't know what you could put inside, to be honest.
You can definitely put a person in it. Come on.
We'll get a goat in it.
But is there any point to putting a goat
Sebastian
in it?
Yes.
We'll see how heavy it is when it's got the goat in.
I take a little pinky greeny of dust, and I just blow it. I blow it into Dabov's face.
Dabov, can you please? Hang on a minute. You put a pinky in, right? Can you roll me a 17, please? D100, please.
Me?
Yeah.
How are you going to blow it in Davov's face anyway? You're like up
You're
with the
up in the-
griffins.
Have you
I
come
came back down.
He's come down.
It's worth noting that there's not a lot in this, by the way. It's not like it's a huge pouch of it.
It's all right. You won't have to deal with this mechanic after tonight, will you then, Nate? It's fine.
1.
1. So you get another 10 minutes of flying. And then Dabov, if you could possibly well, let me ask you this: Are you allowing the dust to be blown onto you, or do you want to try and dodge it?
Have some fun.
Fuck it. Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so can you roll me a D100 then, please?
Have some fun. Peer pressure. Dweezil's looking on at this kind of flagrant, what appears to just be flagrant drug taking, and his gingerly fingering his coin.
87.
87. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, this is going well, isn't it? Wisdom
That's,
saving
interesting.
throw. Oh.
Your dick falls off.
Is that a D20?
That's D20.
Like real
10.
10 overall. Yeah. As the dust hits you, you sense your mind being assaulted and twisted, and you've been affected by the confusion spell.
Excellent.
So,
Some people
so
can't
could you roll
handle
me
their
a
drugs.
Could you roll me a D10, please?
He's waiting.
D10. 2.
2. You basically don't move or take any turns. It says here.
For how
So
long?
you're basically just you're just wiped. You are literally just like basically high at this point and just don't want to do anything.
Has anyone got any snacks for Dabov?
So that is 2 pinches of the dust at this point.
Nice.
Been
I
used.
tighten the bag and just tuck it in my back pocket.
Okay. Right. What? So Zaphiros looks at you and goes, "If you are finished with the festivities here, perhaps we should get some rest, or we should get some downtime to." I wish to tend to my birds and ensure that they are okay. And
I mean, are we still flying towards our destination?
Yeah, the castle hasn't stopped.
Well, no harm in a bit more festivities then. You go ahead, big fella. You go see to your griffins.
How far are we from Tribor, Zephyros?
I do not know. It is. I would have to check, but I think that we probably were about halfway through our journey at this point. So
how many nautical knots are we flying at?
This is something that I am not knowing. The nautical knots. I am a cloud giant, not a sea giant.
Damn it! You didn't fall.
How many turns of my cube of many colours do you think I could fit in the journey?
I'm thinking that possibly about, should we say 4?
Yes, I'll get cracking on it, and Quinch hops on his cloud bed and just fiddles with his cube.
Does this mean Greg can read his book 4 times as well?
It is, yeah. You must be close to being finished with that book, actually.
I think I have 6 left. Have I 7 left? I can't remember.
Okay. So Zaphiros, with that, Zaphiros goes flying up, and we're gonna sort of montage the rest of your time with him. Obviously, by the point that you get to the end of your journey with him, you've been with him for about 10 days, and Greg's basically finished his book by this point. Quinch has been fiddling around with his box, which we'll come to in a second. Grow up. And you sort of swap stories. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to unmeta this game. You start talking about the corpses that you saw, and Greg finally tells you that there was a tattoo on Amarath, and you have a look at it, and you realise that they're the same tattoo.
I was keeping that secret. I don't know what you mean.
Okay, are you sure you're not a rogue?
No, I'm not actually keeping it a secret. I just wanted you to have to back down on something. Carry on.
And to ensure that we're all on the same page, that was indeed a bag of holding, which none of you investigated, like, arcanely, but yes, it was indeed a bag of holding.
I've got that, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I gathered that. I should have kept it, damn it.
And so a few more days in, you've been chatting to Zaphiros, and he's been talking to you more about the giants. He's not been giving you any weaknesses or anything like that, but you've got a better picture of what the ordering was and what type of characters they were.
Can we ask him about the stone around his neck? Just like in a friendly conversation? Or...
Okay, we can come to that on the last day if you want.
Okay, cool.
That's where I'm getting to. So you get to essentially what is... You don't realise this at the time, but you wake up and you're on your final day with Zaphiros. And he comes floating down onto the ground floor to see you, and he says, "Gentlemen, this has been quite a pleasure getting to know you. Before this journey, I'm just hearing the names of Quinch, Krill, Dweezil, Dabov, and Greg and Sebastian. These are just names to me, but now, after these 10 days of flying, we are kin, if you will. And I am entrusting you with the future of this world, the future of the giants, and I am hoping that you are up to the challenge. It is as they say, the plum is sometimes best eaten when it is not there. Yes?
Correct.
That's what they say.
Yes. We are, if my calculations are correct, we are about a day's fly from Tribor.
Why are you saying the farewell speech now, then?
I'm not saying the farewell speech now. I'm just telling you that this is our last day together, and if there is anything that you are wanting to talk to me about, this may be our last opportunity.
How will we ever be able to contact you after you drop us off?
This is something I am not knowing. Perhaps our paths will cross again. I do not know. But I do not have any sort of system whereby you can just... if I were to give it a name, ring me. This is not something that exists in this world where you could just, there is no such thing as call a giant. Yeah.
Why don't we take one of the griffins, and then if we need you, we can send him to fetch you.
Can I have a persuasion check, please, with disadvantage?
Oh fuck! Please, fucking. Okay, first one's an 18. Probably not getting a griffin, are we?
Krills, your humble sense of humour has been quite quite uplifting these few days, and this joke of you taking the griffins is one of your best, yeah?
Can I ask, was there ever a chance of us taking a griffin?
I'm thinking it is very minimal now. They are my pets. They are my.
Can I, for example, what would a natural 20 have got me?
Probably booted off this cloud.
Fair.
No, the griffins are mine. I am not asking you. I do not know why you are wanting to take these from me when I have done nothing but help you.
It's almost cruel that you made me roll, thinking I had hope.
Yeah, this is the way.
I've been meaning to ask you, the stone around your neck with the rune or sigil, as you will. What can you tell me about it? We've seen others of these on your out travel, and I have been unable to decipher them, which is very unusual for a man of my learned self. And yes, I wish to gather more information on them.
And he reaches up to his chest and he sort of pulls out the tablet around his neck, which to him is quite small. It's just a relatively large piece of jewelry, but to you guys, it's still quite large. And he says, "Well, this is a rune. Yes, you are knowing the runes. You have heard of runes, yeah?"
Yes, but I can't read it, so I was just wondering if you could tell us what it meant.
This is the sky. This rune is for the cloud giants. We are wearing these. Not all of us, but some of us who are particularly passionate about our tribes and our people. This notifies you that I am a cloud giant. It's not exactly identification, but it is just something that some of us giants wear or have upon us.
Do other giants have runes that signify them, Zephyros?
Yes, you will find a lot of the giants are having runes.
Do you have any books with pictures of them, or?
No, this is not something that I would have. But I know some of them. Yes.
Can you draw them?
No, well, I was going to say, who has the rune from earlier, or did we took a sketch of it or something, didn't we?
Yeah, I somehow drew it. God knows on what. Someone had a book, I think, and then I copied it.
Yeah, so could we get him to identify that one?
Well, have you actually got it?
I don't know. I can't remember what happened with it, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, if you can't tell me where it is or what you've got with it,
are we talking about the original one we found?
I guess you could just redraw it, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
We could carve the runes into Sebastian's horns. Seems like the most obvious solution.
I would have thought you would have wanted them tattooed on you, like stories of victory and battle.
Done. Who has a tattoo gun?
I have a flaming finger.
Do it.
I have
brand you.
I have ink and a knife.
Do it. Tattoo me. Tattoo me.
This has got really
Let's all
weird.
get matching tattoos.
Okay, you go first.
I'm gonna tattoo Krill.
Yeah, nice.
Can I? Right. So we've got two things here. First of all, I'm going to take from you a what would it be, wisdom or intelligence? Whether you actually remember because this is the thing. You don't. You're doing this from memory.
I definitely
from 2
wrote it
weeks
down
ago.
somewhere.
From an.
Give me 20 minutes. I want to go through our old recordings and find out what the fuck we did with that. Oh, can we just say we found it on a scrap of paper so Krill doesn't get a shitty tattoo? Like,
No.
I mean, you could just redraw it on a bit of paper and then, pass it
Krill
over.
just redraws it from memory. Krill, funnily enough, has an eidetic. What's it called?
Photographic
That's
memory.
the one. What's the other one I'm thinking of?
Don't know. But can you give me then a wisdom saving? Sorry, a wisdom check.
Christ, this isn't going to go well.
A wisdom saving from his own intelligence.
Yeah.
19. Suck my dick. I mean 19.
19.
Sorry.
Okay. You do remember the symbol, and you can I have a sleight of hand then to see whether you can physically represent it as well as your memory can tell you about it.
You're just trying to get as many rolls between me and getting this tattoo as possible.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're playing a game that uses dice.
18.
18. You managed to draw. See, it wasn't that hard, is it?
I'm
You
terrified.
managed to draw a lovely image of... that's a great question, actually. What one was it?
Dweezil, when was the last tattoo you gave?
This will be his first.
Yeah, but I'm pretty certain that I know what to do.
So, yeah, you draw this and you show it to Zaphiros, and he takes the... what to him is a very small piece of paper. He looks at it up and down and says, well, this is... please do not be offended, Krill. This is not the best representation I have seen of this, but if I had to guess from this crude drawings, then I would be expecting this to be potentially a stain, a stone giant rune.
I want it.
What do you mean you want it?
I want it tattooed.
Okay, let's okay. Are you going to have that tattooed then, are you?
Yeah, let's tattoo Krill. Come on.
Abso-fucking-lutely am I getting that tattooed.
We'll be able to pretend that you're in kind with the stone giants if we meet them and they're vicious.
Yeah, or I could just have a really cool looking tattoo.
I
Okay.
think it looks a bit stupid. But...
I think it sounds like cultural appropriation, but there you go.
You might think it's stupid, but you haven't seen it. You haven't seen Sam's tattoos.
Well, is this Sam? Is this one of your other members? Are you meeting him in tribal, yes?
It's another goat.
Right, who's doing the tattooing then?
Dweezil. Right, so I'm gonna light a candle. I'm gonna get out my dagger.
Christ,
Is that to set the
a
mood?
dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Has
get my
has someone
dagger.
got like a sewing kit you can use like a sewing needle from?
No, dagger. And
Krill, get on the table.
and
I'll hold your hand in case it gets too
I'm gonna
much.
heat the dagger in the candle to sterilize it, and then I'm gonna dip the dagger in the ink, and then I'm gonna carve the rune into Krill's flesh. Where are you having it, Krill?
Where's my picture of Krill? Let's see what it's.
I reckon it's got to be chest. It's got to be a chest tattoo, sure.
Yeah, chest or arm. It's got to be pretty prominent. You would
Middle
have
of his
thought.
forehead, I reckon.
butt cheek.
You know, like
What about a tramp stamp?
yeah, tramp stamp at the bottom of the back. No, we're gonna do left pectoral.
Right.
Right, okay. So, Dweezil, can I have a sleight of hand here to determine whether you are able to do this without damaging Krill?
9.
9. So, you managed to, after a few hours, should we say, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. You're fairly happy with the resulting tattoo, although it's worth noting that it's not particularly great. It's definitely not. It's not even close to the drawing that Krill did. It basically looks like you've tried to write the letters E and Y in a drunken fit. And not only that, but Krill takes 1d4 plus 2 damage.
Wow.
6 damage.
When words will not suffice with grievous wounds transpiring, my touch will palliate the pain, healthful, fit and thriving. Give him a cure wounds.
Cheers, you probably fucking owe me one.
That's done 8 healing.
Cool. I'm just taking a picture of this when I do draw it, and it looks exactly like this.
Oh, by the way, we sort of skipped a step. Quinch, MJ, can you do me your 4 dexterity, your sleight of hand rolls, please?
Yeah, I'm taking. We've long rested by this stage, have we? And what?
Yeah, you're full health ananyway.
Does that
It's been forward.
mean that we've leveled up in this time? Because
Yes, you are officially now. You are level 5.
Woo!
Running all at
Does that mean
once.
we go back to full
Oh.
health if this is the point at which we hit level 5?
Yeah, you're level 5 full health.
That's funny. I've rolled 3 in a row. So they were 3, and then 16, 17, and 18.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's... Okay, thank you very much. The box moves around and it's in a different pattern than when you started. Right, okie dokie. So Zaphiros looks over as you're doing this tattoo, and he's sort of wincing in pain and seeing it. And once you're finished, Krill, you sort of look. You can't really see it that well, I guess. Looking down, it's not going to be the right perspective for you to see, and Zaphiros doesn't really have any mirrors in the place. So, are you happy with it, Krill?
Not really.
No, Dweezil says to you, Krill, I remember the rune vividly, and this version of the rune that I've done is actually much more accurate than the drawing that you did.
Can I have a persuasion from you and an insight from Sam, please?
Yeah, you can.
That's the one you said was plus 10 minimum,
Isn't
right?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, 10.
24.
Yeah. So Krill, despite his own mind, but like I say, because of the angle he's looking at it from, he can't really tell that it's not right.
Sam is fuming. Krill is fuming. Like, this is
Krill
not.
loves his new
this
tattoo.
is not what I expected.
Krill loves his new tattoo.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dice and Desire. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave us a review. Also, go check out our Instagram and Twitter pages. The handle for both is Dice and Desire. So, until next time, stay safe, adventurers.
Are you looking for a D&D podcast with a dark side? Something more like Game of Thrones and less like Monty Python? Tale of the Manticore is part dark fantasy audio drama, part solo D&D RPG. There's no plot armor here. The dice make all the important decisions. Join me as I resurrect the excitement, wonder, and emotion of old school D&D. Made for a mature audience, Tale of the Manticore is both a fiction and a game. It's the story where chaos rolls.